Wangui is helping her brother to get a wife, and the brother is a drunkard at the age of 45. And the brother has never married, and they come from a good family, except that now the brother is a drunkard, mtu wa kukunywa chang'aa. Na unajua what this show stands for? Families. Everything starts and stops with family on this show. I believe that nobody should be denied a chance, irrespective of where they're coming from. You should get a chance. And when you hear a story of a very good man, a rich woman, it excites people. But you should also remember that we have other people who are not very privileged in terms of resources, wealth, and material, but they also deserve to have families, because at the end of the day, they are human beings. We are all the same, except that we differ in terms of social status, economic prowess, and things like that. But we are human beings. So this show stands for families. And Wangui gave me a story of the brother. So the brother is in the village. If you want to live in Nyandarua, listen carefully. If you're looking for a man who is 45 years, a man who is single and searching, a man who has a place he can put up a family, the only problem he has is that he's a drunkard. But the good thing also is that he has not gotten to the level where he requires assistance. He has not gotten to the level of kujisahau. He's a normal man. Ni vile tu pengine, I don't know whether pombe inakujanga na ujasiri ama uoga. I've never tasted alcohol, I don't know. And I don't know whether pombe inakujanga na ujasiri ama uoga, because there are people who drink alcohol or they take alcohol, but the courage to talk, you see, the courage to talk to women is where they draw the line. Others, they have the courage to talk to women, but to do other deals, they don't. Okay? So, if you're looking for a man who is in the village, anaitwa Karani, Nyandarua, this is the man. He's 45 years old. They have never seen him approach a woman in his entire life. And mind you, he's a very clean guy. He is nitawatuma picha zao because the brother has approved. Okay, so I'm sending the picture of the brother and the sister, and they have approved. So yeye ni mtu msafi, he works, analima mboga. Si mnajua Nyandarua kuna a lot of potatoes. What do you call potatoes in Kikuyu? Waru. Yeah. And akona ng'ombe moja, sio ati ni zile dairy cows, lakini anapata at least maziwa lita 3, lita 4, 5 hivyo. He's a hardworking man, except that he will drink. He's a DDO, daily drinking officer. I do not know whether there is somebody who is watching me on this show who does not have a relative who is a drunkard. That relative might not be very close to you, but at least you have an idea. You cannot demonize them. Sometimes I look at people saying, huyo wa kukunywa wacha kwanza akae. Don't forget you also have relatives. Others have parents who are still drunkards, and they are your parents. There is nothing you can do about it. Nobody chooses to be born in a certain family. And in fact, if you get a chance to interact with people who drink, if you get a chance to interact with people, they are one of the best groups ever. One of the best groups ever. Okay? And they raise their children well. They also advocate for good virtues in society. You will never see a drunkard dad telling his son to drink. If anything, he will be warning him against drinking so that he does not become addicted. Are you getting the point? So if you are looking for Mr. Karani, you are single and searching, I'm going to post him. I usually post the contacts on my Facebook page at Jenga Njero. And as many as of those who are interested, they can reach out to the guests. So Wangui says that they have a farm. They have an aging father and an aging mother. And it shall reach a point when these parents will be normal. And they have a big chunk of land in Nyandarua. Okay? However, if you know engineer is in Nyandarua County. However, you cannot inherit a living parent, but parents write wills. they will document wills to say, I will give this one to this and that, I will give this one to so and so. And because he is a son, in fact, the firstborn son from a family of four, then you can imagine the kind of pressure they have to see at least their brother getting a wife. Now, this man could be interested in a woman who has kids. He doesn't have a problem. This woman should at least also be able to get a kid for the brother so that the legacy of the brother lives on. Okay, he's a very clean man. He has been convinced, and that is why this show exists, so that even the voiceless can get a voice. I was fascinated by one of the stories I posted on this show, and that man called me happily. He was so happy. He couldn't imagine that I brought him live on the show, and he was so accurate in terms of authenticity. He gave his story so well. He said that yeye ukunywa pombe once in a while juu ya stress, lakini akipata wife atawacha. And women called him in their numbers. After all, what's the problem with trying? Okay? Hata nyinyi mmewahi sikia fulani ni mzuri anaharibiangwa na pombe. You've heard those narratives. So and so is so good, except that he drinks alcohol, except that she takes alcohol. And he was telling me the kind of lady he got was very supportive. They've been doing so well. He has quit alcohol. So, and they go to PEFA. PEFA is a church. And he is looking forward to have a completely different kind of life. It is an experience. So sometimes I post men here, and some of them thought that nobody could be interested, only for hundreds of women to call, and the guy is spoiled for choice. That's how big we are on the Matchmaker show. Okay, only for women to call in their numbers, and the guy was like, hey, sasa nitachagua mgani. Even women, they get calls in their numbers, and they are, I'll share screenshots. I have been sharing them even on Facebook, where people get calls. You can imagine getting thousands of calls when you come to this show, and then you are spoiled for choice. You are asking yourself, sasa nitachagua nani? All of them are beautiful. All of them are gorgeous, very promising. That is what this show is all about. So, if anything, you can always recommend. And the good thing about the people who watch this show is that if they don't like the guest, they usually recommend to their friends. There are people who have even brought family members here. Anaambia, hey, do you know Janganjero YouTube channel? Go there. Go there, get some recommendations, recommend when you get. Naonanga hata mwingine anasema ukipata wengi nigawie, hata mimi nijaribu. It's always a beautiful experience, ladies and gentlemen. So there's Karani, any woman who can give birth because he wants at least a baby, one or two. You can come with children. Anasema kwao chakula sio shida. So wherever you're coming from, and this is not a tribal show, so you could be coming from any part of the world. And if you have dreams and aspirations to live in Nyandarua County, here is the guy. Okay? And let us love one another, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? Let us love one another. If you see somebody gather the courage, it takes a lot of courage to come on the show. If you see somebody gathering the courage to come and be posted, support them. Don't be negative, okay? Bye-bye. Subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Bye.